What's going on, Giants fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video, and in this video, I want to talk about two recent depth free agent signings for Big Blue. Very excited to break this down, folks. But first and foremost, if you're new or if you like what you watch, make sure to check us out at Big Blue Avenue on all of our social media channels. Very excited to continue to talk about NFL free agency, and the Giants have added their quarterback. It is Drew Lock. Sign him to a one-year deal worth up to $5 million. Drew Lock in the same draft class as Daniel Jones back in 2019. He was a second-round selection by the Denver Broncos, where he spent 3 seasons. Drew Lock is 27. He's 6'4", cannon of an arm. This is a lower-risk signing for the Giants. They did not invest too much money into the backup QB position as they have in the past with Tyrod Taylor. Lock clearly is a downgrade to Tyrod Taylor, but he does bring some value to the football team. Obviously, Daniel Jones coming off reconstructive knee surgery, off the ACL. Lock wasn't bad last year, especially in the game against the Giants. He played pretty decently. Throughout his career, though, he has 23 career starts. He's 9-14. 21 of those 23 starts came in his first 3 seasons with the Broncos. His numbers aren't great. He's completed under 60% of his passes in his career, 28 touchdowns to 23 interceptions. Last season, he had 3 touchdowns and 3 picks, throwing for over 500 yards. 2020 was really the turning point for him as far as not being a long-term starter. You really saw him struggle as far as reading routes, going through progressions. The arm strength was never an issue, but accuracy was. And through 13 starts in 2020, he threw 16 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, which led the NFL. But I'm excited to see if Drew Lock can provide some competition to Daniel Jones. I don't necessarily think the Giants are done at adding to the QB position. They may add one via the draft, whether it's early or late or in the middle of the 2024 NFL draft. But I'm excited to see what happens with the Giants QB room in 2024. Right now, it's set to be Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and Tommy DeVito. I also think Lock, being a 2019 guy, will, be able to help out Daniel Jones, right? Be able to push him a little bit. These guys competed against each other at the Combine back in 2019. So, for Drew Lock's sake, I hope his career gets back on track. But I do think it will be in a backup role in 2024, and this is a 1-year deal. So we'll see what happens there. Giants also add safety depth after losing Xavier McKinney yesterday to the Packers. They add Jalen Mills to a 1-year vet minimum salary benefit deal, $1.2 million. I believe about $985,000 will go against the cap. This is a guy who's been in the league for a long time. He's 29 now, 6-foot build. Spent his last 3 years with the New England Patriots. He played in all 17 games last season with 8 starts, had 45 tackles and a forced fumble. He's not a guy that's going to take the top off for a defense, but he's consistent. He's not terrible. I view this as a so signing. Definitely needed depth. But prior to the Patriots, he played 5 years in Philadelphia. He played both slot corner and corner, and boundary corner, I should say. I do think he'll help out the younger safeties on the roster, like Jason Pinnock and Dane Belton, who are both on rookie contracts still. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. After losing Xavier McKinney, the Giants definitely trying to get quality players in at the safety position. No star-studded talent, but decent players, and that's what this is. This is a decent signing. This isn't good. This isn't bad. This is a decent signing. This is a depth piece. You don't expect much out of this guy, but he could provide something. Could he win a starting role? Sure. He's a veteran. But he only played 40% of the defensive snaps last season. However, he does have 83 career starts, so it's kind of a mixed bag when you think of Jalen Mills, right? I think if Joe Shane and the Giants were smart, they would continue to invest in the safety position in the draft, maybe on day 3, add one, but it's not necessarily a priority. I do think Pinnock and Belton will be the starters come 2024. So those are the 2 additions for the Giants today. Drew Lock from the Seahawks Jalen Mills from the Patriots. Folks, appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Big Blue Avenue. And without further ado, folks, let's go Big Blue.